If volume is high, we are going to have some volatility this weekend for ADA. That is actually very exciting because what we've seen now is ADA actually return to this point of stability, this point of almost dead even. It's been a little bit since we've been here, but what you're seeing is a lot of bears actually got caught on this last drop, and they're starting to get out of the way. I think they're realizing that time is in fact running out for them to be bearish on the crypto market. And I want to show you guys exactly what I mean. So again, if you haven't already, show your support for the channel down below. It's been growing like crazy. And it's all because of you guys. Appreciate all the time you guys spend watching and taking in the information that I have to give. What I will say here is ADA's not at a bad spot at all. Again, like we talked about earlier in our video today, we're above trend. I think a very important thing for ADA this weekend is we have to close this weekly candle above our 50-week moving average. It's almost essential, and it would be a very, very positive thing for ADA to do. Right now, that point is actually at 67.60. So we're just below there. It's a very small move for ADA. This is a move that could in fact take place today, but we obviously have until tomorrow for us to move 1% to the upside. Now, the good news is that the setup for ADA to make that move is very, very good. All right. First of all, we're actually seeing BTC show a lot of strength and stability above its 20-day moving average. That's all a great sign. We talked about that earlier. But one thing I wanted to show you guys is you remember all this short interest we were fighting against in terms of ADA. It was really pushing the market down. We just kept getting hammered by this. And I know a lot of people were complaining. It annoyed the hell out of me, but that's just how it works sometimes. If people are bearish, they can take advantage of the bearish sentiment. And that's why we've had such a hard time extending and moving further in terms of price. But what you may notice here is this long short ratio is actually returned basically back to even. All right. Almost at a 1.0. So we have a very even balance between the longs and the shorts in the market. And what we've kind of seen is shorts have in fact been getting caught here. All right, look at this. Just over the last 24 hours, $561,000 in shorts liquidated for ADA. Only 326,000 in longs liquidated for ADA. And that was just due to some of the chop yesterday. But most of this short liquidations that have been taking place is because of this, right? The shorts crept down just a little too far here. And this was your classic bear trap. It sucked a lot of the shorts in, a lot of the negative people in the space. And what we've seen now is there is a huge, huge compression of short interest above here. Between here and between here and 70 cents, so 67 to 70 cents, there is about 100 million in liquidations that could take place for ADA. That is something that can happen like that. All right, not for dramatic flare, but you could see a wick of, what is that, about 5% in less than an hour. Not saying that's going to happen for sure. Again, you do need higher volume to start moving some of this direction, right? We did actually just cross 67 cents, which is a great sign, but that's kind of where we're at here. But what makes this even more wild is look at BTC. Huge billions of dollars of liquidations that would take place basically between here and 107K. That's about a 2% move for Bitcoin. So yes, these are moves that could in fact take place over the weekend if the conditions are right, if we have enough volume here. All right. And what we've slowly but surely been seeing is people picking up positions, hoarding them, removing supply from exchanges. I mean, I know we've talked about this time and time again, but it's starting to show a lot more in the charts. You're seeing good defensive price. You're seeing good conviction. The shakeouts aren't shaking out as many people. The recoveries are faster. And this is actually what a healthy market looks like. Yes, there is some manipulation to cause people to capitulate, but I've said many times, you can only make people capitulate so much. There are people that are unwilling to capitulate. Me, for example, unwilling to capitulate. If ADA dropped to, 40 cents, 30 cents, it wouldn't make me dump my bag. It would make me buy more. So their plan isn't having the same effect that it has had many other times in the charts. And this is why I'm saying that ADA's set up in a good position for an extension right now. We'll see if it plays out. We'll see if we get some surprises or some more manipulation that drops the market. And I do have to say that in terms of ADA, there is some downside leverage, right? We have a big concentration of long leverage down here too. And a big part of that, again, is that balance. All right. So yes, it comes on both sides here. So, but right now we're very close to liquidations to the upside. We'll see what happens as the day progresses, but I wanted to make sure I share that with you guys. But I appreciate you as always. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts. Which way do you think we're headed? Do you think we're going to do some long liquidations, some short liquidations? But have a great day. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.